Hello everyone, welcome to H&S Automotive, and thank you for taking an interest in this 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. So in this video we'll do a walkthrough of this vehicle. I'll point out any imperfections the vehicle has, and then we'll also go over some of the major features and functions of this vehicle. Now before we get started, we would like to point out that we purchased this vehicle from an insurance company. The vehicle had some damage over here on the front end area. Actually, it was mostly just localized to this fender. So this fender was replaced. It was taken off of an existing Dodge Grand Caravan with the same paint code. So as you guys can see, there's no paint blending issues or anything like that. The front bumper did have a small tear in it. So that was reinforced with metal staples in the back and then just repaired. But other than that, there was no other parts that were damaged. Now, there was no airbags deployed. Overall, it was a very minor accident. No airbags deployed. Now, the vehicle does still have a clear Wisconsin title, so it's not a salvage or rebuilt or anything like that. It is still a clear Wisconsin title. Now, with that out of the way, we'll get started with our video walkthrough. At first, I'll just kind of walk around the vehicle, give you guys a general overview, and then after that, we'll dive in a little bit deeper. Here we are coming around towards the rear of the vehicle. And here we are coming around towards the passenger side. And then we are back at the front. Now, from here we'll take a closer look, starting with the front bumper cover. Now, like I said, the bumper cover did suffer some damage over here, and that was repaired. But other than that, taking a look at the lower grille seems to be intact. There's no issues there. The front grille, this one is also in good condition. There's the honeycomb structure is still intact. The hood did suffer some damage in that accident. As you can see, I'm not sure actually if it's from the accident or if this was just there before that, but there is an imperfection on the hood. And then, but other than that imperfection in the front, it's pretty free of any rock chips or scratches or anything like that, so no issues there. And then, like I said, this is the fender that we replaced on the driver's side. Taking a look at the tires on this vehicle are in great condition. They're matching they're all seasons Goodyear tires, so very good brand there. And then take a look at the tread depth, so about 90% there. And then taking a look at the driver's door. Now, I'm looking for any dents or scratches or any imperfections that you guys might notice when you're here, so our goal is just to kind of point those out in this video. Now, I might miss a few things, but I'm gonna try to be as diligent as I can. Moving on to the rear door, don't see any dents or scratches. Paint seems to be in very good condition on this vehicle. Moving on to the quarter panel. Now, this is very common on these Dodge Grand Caravans, so this is not like I can't put my finger to it or anything, but there is some corrosion starting over here. Like I said, very common, especially on this here. Once again, taking a look at the rear tire, great condition. And the tires are matching on all four sides, so they're not mismatched or anything like that. But other than that corrosion, the rest of the wheel line is in very good condition. There's no dents or scratch on the fender either. Moving along, coming towards the back. Now from here, we'll take a look at the rear bumper cover. Rear bumper cover overall seems to be in good condition. Don't see any scrape marks or anything like that. I guess there's a very minor imperfection right over here. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to point out everything that I can. So other than this little scrape mark, rest of the bumper cover seems to be in good condition. Sometimes this has some imperfections on here just from loading and unloading groceries or whatever the case may be, but this one seems to be intact. Taking a look at the trunk lid. Trunk lid seems to be in good condition. Don't see any dents or scratches. Top seems to be also in good condition. Coming around towards the passenger side quarter panel. I guess there's a little bit of a dent right over here, but other than that, there's no corrosion issues on this side or anything like that. Just a dent over here, and then some paint that was, I guess, chipped a little bit. And then once again, tires in great condition. Now this is just a plastic wheel cover, so it is missing a little bit of a piece over here. No big deal, but it is missing that little piece. Now taking a look at the passenger side rear door. Typically we see a lot of dents and scratches on these minivans just from kids, but this one overall seems to be in very good condition. On the passenger side, now there's a little bit of a door ding right over here on the passenger side. But other than that, seems to be in good condition. Just kind of taking a look at the passenger side fender. A little bit of a dent right over here. So a few dents, not bad, considering this is 10 years old now. So from here, we will take a look at the interior and check that out. All right, so right over here, we got the driver's door. Now this vehicle does have some creature comforts, such as power windows, power door locks, as well as power mirrors as well. And then this is a switch for the third row windows, so those open as well. And a lot of storage space. So as you can see, we got some storage space in the door. Another place to put your wallet or phone or whatever the case may be. A little door handle right over here. And then this is our interior. Overall, very clean. So we got black cloth seats. No major staining or anything like that. So from here, I'll climb inside, and then we'll go ahead and start the vehicle up. Put my seatbelt on so it stops stinging at us. Alrighty, let's zoom out a little bit. All right, guys, so as you can see, we are behind the steering wheel. We do have some steering wheel mounted controls. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have the cruise controls for the vehicle. So we can turn on or off the cruise control from right there. And then to accelerate or decelerate is just these two switches right there. In the middle, we have our horn. And then on the other side, on the left side, we have just two buttons, set up and reset. And those just control that screen in the middle of the odometer. So basically, they control the odometer screen right there. Speaking of the odometer screen, as you can see, we have 166,000 miles on this vehicle. Engine runs and drives great. There's no check engine light, transmission light, or anything like that. As you can see, nice and smooth idle right there. And then, yeah, so no other warning lights. I'm just kind of zooming back out, taking a look at the steering wheel. We do have a little toggle switch in the back, which operates the turn signals, which also doubles as windshield wiper operation, and that's just right over here. And then behind that, we have our headlight switch right there. And then we have a few buttons behind the steering wheel too. It's kind of hard for me to show it, but where my hand is, just right over here, we have some more buttons. And they operate the radio controls right there. And then just taking a look at the dashboard. Dashboard's nice and clean. There's no rips or tears or cracks or anything like that. This is just some residue. I'm guessing some kids put some stickers over there, but no big deal there. And then this is a Garmin that we found in this vehicle. We're going to be leaving it in this vehicle. We're not charging for it or anything, so this is just an extra. But yeah, so I guess comes with your own navigation right there. In the middle of the dashboard, we have our audio controls. So turn it on or off is just this little switch right over here. And then this vehicle is equipped with AM, FM, CD player, and then aux connectivity right over here as well. So you can listen to music or answer phone calls or whatever you need to do through there. Beneath that, we have our climate control vents. AC works great. Here, I'll just kind of turn it on. And then, yep, nice and cold air coming through this. And then heat works as well. So no issues there. And then, so these are the AC controls or climate controls. We have our vent controls on the sides, and then the fan controls right over here. And then we have dual climate zones. So the driver and the passenger can have their own climate zones. And then, yeah, so dual climates right there. And then these are some switches for the rear climate controls. And then we got our hazard switch right there. And the vehicle does have an econ mode, so it gets a little better fuel economy on the highway. And then traction control button is right over there. All right. Now we have a bunch of storage, like I said earlier. Great place to put your phone or wallet right there. No shortage of cup holders in this vehicle, of course. And then a lot of storage down there as well. And then we have this little storage cubby as well. So more cup holders. So 4 cup holders over here, 2 more over there. So a total of 6 cup holders just in this area. And that's not even counting the doors. So plenty of cup holders, plenty of storage space. And then taking a look at the glove box. So we got 1 glove box over here and then another glove box over here. So great storage. All right. And then, so from here, we will take a look at the rear seating area and check that out. All right, guys, so checking out the rear seating area. We have some sliding doors on this vehicle, of course, and then climbing inside. Alrighty, guys, so plenty of room in this vehicle, as you would expect from a minivan. Here, I'm going to zoom out again. So this is our view from the back. Like I said, very spacious. Now, this vehicle is equipped with stow and go seating. I'll turn this light on, hopefully. Here, I'll just open the door. So, like I said, vehicle is equipped with stow and go seating. So basically what that means is all these seats in the back, they fold perfectly flush into the ground. So you don't even see them. Here, I'll just kind of climb outside and show you. You guys are not familiar. So right over here is the seat storage. So these seats just kind of fold right into that storage area. And then they're just out of sight and open up all this space for cargo. Once they're up, you are able to use that cargo space on the bottom to store any luggage or whatever the case may be if you're going on a long road trip. And then checking out the rear seating area. So these are the rear seats, and like I said, plenty of storage, more cup holders in the back over here on both sides. And as you can see, a lot of leg room in the third row as well. All right, put the seat back into position. Close this up. So as you guys can tell, this vehicle is currently running, nice and smooth running engine. But from here, we'll take a closer look in the engine compartment. Alrighty, guys, so here we are in the engine compartment. So from here, I'll just kind of be quiet for a second, let you guys take a listen. As you can tell, nice and smooth running engine, no odd noises or vibrations. So we have a 3.6 liter, 6-cylinder, made it to a automatic transmission. I believe a 5-speed automatic transmission. And like I said, great running engine, no issues with the engine or transmission, shifts nice and smooth. So from here, we will take a look at the undercarriage. Alrighty, guys, so as you can see, we've got this Grand Caravan on the left here. So from here, we will check out the undercarriage. I'll start from the front, work my way towards the back, starting with the passenger side suspension. So as you guys can see, nice and clean under here. So the CV boots are intact. Now if this was ripped or torn, we would see grease all over the place and it'd just be a mess down here. But as you can see, it's nice and clean, nice and dry. And then everything is properly mounted and secured. We got our brake calipers over here. And like I said, CV boots intact. And then we've got a nice beefy control arm, lower control arm right over here. And then just kind of taking a look at the, here, I'll zoom out again. So we got the engine over here, transmission over here. As you can see, no active leaks or anything like that. And then, yep, so we got our AC compressor right over here. So we got our exhaust running right towards the back. We got our catalytic converters right there. And then taking a look at the driver's side suspension. Once again, same story here. We got our CV boot, not ripped or torn. Control arm, lower control arm right over here. Brake calipers, and then shocks, and then sway bar links right over here. And like I said, everything's properly mounted and secured, no issues. Nothing's tangled up or anything like that. All right, so just gonna move this apparatus out of the way and then take a look. So right over here, we have our subframe for the vehicle, subframe or engine cradle, as some people might like to call it. So this is what the engine sits on. Basically what we're trying to point out is no corrosion issues, nice and intact. We still got the factory coating on it, so very good to see, no corrosion issues on this. And then right from the back over here, we can see, so that's the back side of the engine. As you guys can tell, no oil leaks or anything like that. This is our exhaust that runs towards the back. But yeah, nice and clean engine bay. As you can see, no leaks or anything like that. And then this is our suspension from the back, nice and intact. And now just kind of moving on. So right over here, we got the structural component of the vehicle. As you can tell, we still got the factory coating on it. So this is the coating that Dodge puts on new vehicles for rust prevention. And we still got the coating on there, so there's no rust issues. Everything's nice and solid. Rocker panels right over here. So rocker panels are nice and solid as well, all the way around. So this is the driver's side, and we have the same story on the passenger side as well. Nice and solid. And then we got the structural component of the vehicle right over here. And like I said, we got the exhaust. I think the exhaust may have been replaced at some point because this is super clean for an exhaust. So sometimes, most of the time, exhaust is typically the first things to rust on these vehicles, just because you can't put any paint on it or anything like that, just because it gets so hot. So it's very normal for exhaust to rust, but this one's in very, very good condition. So almost like a new pipe, as you can see, all the way to the back. And then one other thing we'd like to point out is right over here. So this vehicle has two AC systems for the front and the back. The front AC systems, we have confirmed they work. AC blows nice and cold, heat runs nice and hot, so no issues there. The rear AC system has been disconnected by the previous owner. So as you can tell, it's been disconnected properly, so they didn't just leave all these hoses open or anything like that. So it's a very common thing on these, just because maintaining the rear AC system costs thousands of dollars. So that's just been disconnected, but it doesn't affect the comfort level in the vehicle. It just takes a little bit longer for it to cool down, but the vehicle still has AC. Like I said, it has two AC systems. The main AC system is still operational. This is just smaller AC lines for the rear system. And then just kind of moving back, and then right over here is where your spare tire would normally go. Unfortunately, this vehicle does not come with a spare tire, so that's what that is. But just kind of moving on, taking a look at the rear suspension area. So this is the driver's side rear suspension. Like I said, no corrosion issues whatsoever. The spring's not broken, shocks are not leaking or anything like that. So this vehicle was definitely well taken care of. And then here is the passenger side rear suspension. Like I said, no corrosion issues. Everything's properly mounted and secured. All right. I'm actually gonna pop this bad boy back in just a second. So just this little hose thing is hanging. All right. So just this little thing was dangling down. No big deal, but we got it put back into place. Just a little clip right over here. But now I can say everything is properly mounted and secured, as you guys can tell. And then just kind of moving on, coming towards the back. Right over here we got our rear bumper reinforcement, just a metal piece that runs towards the back. Yeah, so this pretty much concludes our underbody inspection. And then just wanted to kind of show you guys the tread depth on all these tires. So we got the driver's side rear, passenger side rear, so basically 90% tread left on these tires, and then the driver's side front, and then the passenger side front. All right, so all right, just kind of moving on, going back out towards the front. Alrighty guys, so this was the undercarriage of this 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan. As you guys saw, there's no corrosion issues or anything like that. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to ask, and we'll be happy to get those answered for you. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.